Nintendo has announced a significant shift in its plans for the highly anticipated Switch 2 console in the United States, opting to delay the opening of pre-orders originally slated for next week. This decision comes in the wake of newly imposed substantial tariffs on exports from Japan, where the company is headquartered. The unveiling of the Switch 2 on Wednesday coincided with an announcement from US President Donald Trump, who introduced a broad set of global tariffs aimed at bolstering the American economy and safeguarding domestic jobs. Initially, Nintendo had indicated that pre-orders in the US would commence within days of the console's reveal, but the sudden imposition of these trade barriers has prompted a reassessment. In a formal statement, the company explained, "Pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States will not begin on April 9th as we take time to evaluate the potential ramifications of tariffs and shifting market dynamics." Despite this setback, Nintendo remains committed to its intended launch date of June 5th, reassuring fans that the delay in pre-orders will not derail the console's debut. The company also clarified that this adjustment pertains solely to the US market, leaving pre-order schedules in other regions, such as the United Kingdom, unaffected. The tariffs in question, which impose a 24% tax on goods imported from Japan, represent a significant financial burden for Nintendo. The company now faces the difficult choice of either absorbing this additional cost or passing it along to American consumers, a dilemma that could influence pricing strategies moving forward. While Trump has championed these measures as a means to strengthen the US economy, they have sparked alarm in Japan. On Friday, Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba described the tariffs as a national crisis in comments reported by local media, pledging that his government would mobilize all available resources to address the situation and mitigate its impact on the country's industries. For Nintendo enthusiasts in the US, this development may stoke concerns about potential price hikes for the Switch 2. Pricing has already been a topic of discussion following the console's announcement. On Wednesday, Nintendo disclosed that the Switch 2 would retail for $449.99 in the US, with its flagship title, Mario Kart World, carrying a standalone price tag of $79.99 for a physical copy, though a discounted rate applies when bundled with the console. Whether the company accounted for the possibility of tariffs in its initial pricing remains unclear. However, even if such contingencies were considered, the steep 24% rate unveiled by Trump likely exceeds any projections Nintendo might have made, adding further uncertainty to the console's market entry. As the situation unfolds, Nintendo's next steps will be closely watched by both its loyal fan base and industry observers, with the interplay of global trade policies and consumer expectations shaping the Switch 2's trajectory in the United States.